the right choice.
Yeah, and I think that's just a matter of experience. But you would think that these druids are very experienced. I know Netherrex is a very good druid. He's played a lot here, so maybe it's just I don't even know what to call it. Maybe he's just didn't even realize. But we aren't actually seeing our improve from this team. They're actually going to play the Thundercleave this game, so that's quite interesting. But maybe they feel that Thundercleave is a strong comp against HLD, and I'm not even sure. It might be.
Yeah, I think the mage actually kind of quit, so I think they're playing Thundercleave for the rest of the tournament regardless.
Oh, okay.
But you know, whether or not it's better, I don't know. We'll see. And it's not going to be Pro Thunderclave. It will be MS. The Warrior's going to charge in onto that Warlock. His port is in the middle, so he's going to have to be careful. The Warrior's going to be taking a ton of damage, so he's down to 40% HP already. Going to have to pop his defensive stance. Going to intervene back there. Going to get coiled. He had to reflect up as well. The Paladin is going to get MCS. It was not landed full though, so he's going to be able to spam with those flashlights and probably top off his team.
Yeah, I think as a warrior against any kind of, I mean, it's not a double caster, but it's pretty much the same thing. Having a hunter, you do not want to push in on someone and leave the druid or a hunter in between you and your team. That's essentially going to make them being able to control your paladin. So you really have to keep that in mind when you're playing a warrior against these kind of teams.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, Hodge did come out there, was devoured immediately by the Warlock, and there's a charge over onto Netherrex on that clone, but he's going to get cloned right after that anyway. He will come out of that. He's trying to get some big damage going onto this Warlock. The Elemental Shaman is taking a lot, though. He's down to about 60% HP, now 40% HP. You can see there's just so much damage coming into Gleen here. Big Blade Storm is going to be popped. It's going to be hitting the pet. But that's about it, and he is going to cancel that Blade Storm, throw out the MS, but it does not look like he's going to be able to get a pet kill, so he's just going to go right back onto the Warlock.
I have a feeling that this warrior is playing an alt class because while warrior is a pretty simple class to play, you can really tell the difference between a warrior who's saving is he's just going to die here. There's no point in even talking. He's just going to fall over and die.
Yeah, and he is going to die, so there you go.
What I was going to say, I mean,
I think a lot of people just don't realize what those differences are, and you know what you just said is one of many.
Yeah. Warrior's going to start off onto this Warlock just like last game, and maybe he's going to do a better game just locking down the Warlock damage. But this Shadow Fury coming onto the Warriors, it's going to take some pretty heavy damage right away, but he's just able to tank that Shadow Fury and just survive through it.
Yeah, and the Paladin was able to dispel that Immolate through every debuff, so that's pretty annoying for the Warlock. He does go for the Death Coil and get that Immolate up. Now going to land the Chaos Bolt as well. Flashlights are landing though behind the pillar. Gleen is taking a little bit of damage here at the same time, but nothing too significant. And once again, it looks like this Hunterlock Druid is at the advantage. We saw a CS there used onto the Elemental Shaman, but Lavaverse now going to come out onto this Warrior.
Yeah, the Warrior's taking so much damage all the time, having to trinket that Shadow Fury just to be able to stay alive, and I think that might have been a good choice. I think he's actually spell-locked, Shield Bash, Do You Even Live on a caster to prevent that damage. Actually storming on Do You Even Live right now, and he has the port, and Pet's taking some pretty significant damage, but he actually Blaze Stormed away from the Pet, which I'm not even sure why he would do that. And there's the wall coming out of that trap, and he actually broke the trap with Shadow Fury, I think. No, the Paladin might have actually triggered the trap, that's my bad in that case. But there's the wall coming out from the Warrior regardless. He's having to play so defensive, basically being stuck in one-handed shield throughout the entire game so far.
Yeah, and I mean, Rage Regen has been used as well, so basically every defensive cooldown already been popped. Not really a good situation for him to be in. He's going to get Shadow Fury. Here's the Halotare coming out now. He's going to be able to get an Immolate up as well. He's just cutting back behind the pillar there, but he's taking so much damage. An offensive port coming in here from Do You Even Lift. He's going to be able to land the Shadow Flame onto that Warrior and keep him pretty slow here. He's doing so much damage right now. We can see the Paladin really struggling, ever getting him topped off at all.
Yeah, there was actually Shebash going to the Paladin. So if the Paladin is going to bash the Warrior, and it does indeed bash the Warrior, so taking some significant damage right there, down to 40%, having to intervene back, he's trying to lose once again, and the Meta Shaman is most likely going to root everyone. There's the root, and he's actually going to charge straight out again. I'm not sure if that was a very good idea. I should have just lost with this Paladin getting healed up, but down to 25%, he's going to be stuck here until he dies, unless he managed to get a big heal now. That was actually Bob, he did actually lost his Paladin, so he's going to have to fall back once again, down to 29%, just having to lose all his damage, moving on the open. They might just try to switch pillar, but I don't think they're going to let them do that.
Yeah, the Warrior does charge back in there once again. The Paladin was taking some significant damage as well. Does land a big heal on himself, top himself back off. This Warrior needs to try to find some time to go offensive here though, and he's going to put that two-hand on and try to get some damage done to this Warlock because they have just been surviving, but they have not been getting any damage done. But once again, he's already down to 30% HP. He's going to have to get back out of there, but he does charge back in. He's at 8% HP and definitely think he's going to die here. He's at 10% HP. The